So in today's session, we will go with GCP VM instances and GCP VPC. So in VM instances, we are going to see creating a Linux instance, connecting to that using SSH and PuTTY, and creating a Windows instance and connecting to that using RDP, remote desktop, and then coming to virtual private networks. Here we are going to create a VPC, adding a new VM, new Windows VM in today's demo, VM to the VPC, and then connecting to that VPC using connecting to that VM using RDP. So these are the things that what we are going to cover in today's class. Okay.
Sure, Raja.
All good. So all of you can mute yourself. There are other background noises which may be disturbing. Sairam, please mute yourself. Yeah.
Sure.
Let me go to console.google.com. Here it will take you to the GCP cloud. If you have a login, you will be directly log into that machine. So in the detailed classes, we will see how to log into those missions also. And now we are going to take a new log account where there are no instances, that are nothing available here. We are going to create everything for our own, and then we are going to use them as we had discussed. Okay, so this is the console for Google Cloud. So there are different ways of accessing a Google Cloud. So the Google Cloud can be accessed from the console. That is what you are seeing, the UI interface. And the other two options are from your host machine using command prompt, as well as the PowerShell. For that, you need to install an additional software that we will be learning later on in the classes. And then the third option is you can use your Google Console for doing such activity. The cloud shell for doing such activities. However, Cloud Shell will be at the global level for accessing all the projects and remaining things, of course. But Google Shell provides you the private UI atmosphere, a feel-good atmosphere where we can access to those missions very easily. Okay, so I hope you are basically aware of all the cloud things. So I need not to go with like SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, or all those things. So all these things you are aware. Assuming that you are all aware of all those things, now we are going to create a. However, if you are not aware, in the beginning classes, we are going to cover all those topics also. As this is going to be a demo session, we are going to deal with few concepts that what we can do. So those few concepts are what I have shown you here. So these are my today's demo topics. Okay. So I hope all of you are clear. And now let us go with this. So here you can see the navigation menu, usually called as hamburger icon. It is a just navigation menu, where we will be having all these details. So where you will be having the dashboard. So this dashboard is where you will be seeing various users, where you will be going through the project info. This is GCP class 1, the project ID, the project number, unique number, and you can add people to this project from the dashboard itself. And the resources that are available for this project: BigQuery, SQL, VM, storage, Cloud Run, all these things, all the resources that are available for this project. And these are all the various services what GCP is providing to us. And you can also see the billing and various other monitoring activities. You can create your own dashboard if you require for monitoring your own resources that what you are using for that respective project, and you will be having documentation details here. However, Google Cloud is clearly documented compared to other cloud services, where we will be using them very easily. Okay, so this is what we will be seeing with respect to the Google Cloud Mission, Google Cloud Dashboard. So these are all the cloud dashboard, and then you can see what are all the products that what we are going, GCP is going to provide, and these are all we are not going to in details at the moment. So these are all we are going to use, and then APIs and services, all the list of enabled APIs and services for those mission is every service in GCP is a API. So you need to enable that API for the first time. And billing activities, you can see it from here. And what are all the billing activities that what we are going to have here? The such things we can see from here. And then various other identity and access management, marketplace, and then Vertex AI. But now in today's class, we are mostly going to see compute engine as well as VPC network. So these two we will be going with the basics, and remaining all we will be seeing them as part of the regular classes. Okay. So now let me go through this VM instances. So come on to compute engine, and then here you will be seeing VM instances. And for the first time, it will ask you to enable the API. Just enable the API. Once your billing is allowed, you can enable you can get this UI where you can create your instances. So the first task that what we are going to see here is creating a Linux instance. Yes, very good. So now create an instance. Just click on create an instance. What we are the name. You can just say my first Linux. My first Linux. Okay. So in which region? Region is a geographical location in where you are going to create your machine. So there are number of geographical locations where you can create your machines. So you can see various geographical locations even in India and other geographical locations. These are all the various geographical locations where you can create your machine. Now I am just going to take North America. That is our wish. And in North America, there will be, in this region, there will be zones. It is like a head office with some branch offices, like that I can say. So region and zone. So we will go with the default things. We are not going to change anything here. Then these are all the instance types. An instance type is nothing but how many CPUs it is having, how much memory it is required for every machine, and what platform, that is what chipset, the computing devices that what I can say, like the machine, the make of a machine. So like who is going to provide various virtual chipsets for this machine. This is what a platform means. So you can pick according to your needs. So your organization will tell you what kind of machine we are going to use for this kind of thing. Usually this will be default, so we need not to pick. But however, there are few needs where there will be few set of machines that are available for us for creating in our organization. So here you can see E2 and other machines. So now, as it is going to be low cost and day-to-day computing, we are going to pick E2 machine. So where it will be having very less CPU to up to 32 number of virtual CPUs. So then here you can see the cost of the machines will vary. If you go for C4, you can see $78 estimate per month. And if you go for N4, you can see how it is changing. So for E2, for N1, if you go, you can see what will be the cost, $27. And if you go to E2, $28. So like that, we are going to go for various kinds of machine configurations. For now, we are going with E2, and then you can change the number of CPUs and other details if you want. So if you just click on the drop down, you can see shared core, standard, high memory, high CPU, what all you want. So now I don't want to change anything here. I am going with E2 medium. So one shared core and 4 GB memory. That's enough for us for today's class. We are going with this. So VM provisioning, standard, fault tolerant workloads. So for simple workloads, standard is enough. Okay. So then VM instance. This is VM service. So this is now for confidential VM service, but now we are not going to deploy that one, use that one for time being. And deployment container. So if you want to use a container image, so then you can deploy container here. That is an existing Docker image or something that you can use it here. But now we are not going to use this here. So now let us go for the boot disk. So the name of the machine is My First Linux. Type new balanced this persistent disk, size and license type free, and you want to change. So you can go with various this custom images, that what an image is. You can create your own images, snapshots, that is available snapshot. So archived snapshots from where you can pick. If there is an existing disk, attach an existing disk to the machine. So such that. So now we are going for public images. So in this we are going for Ubuntu, and we are not going to change anything here. Just say select. So we are going to create a Ubuntu machine in which region? Region is North America, Northeast. And then what is the machine? It is a E2 machine. E2 machine, and the disk size is default 10 GB, and allow default access. Usually we can allow HTTP traffic if required, and then click create. We are not going into these advanced options at the moment. Later in this today's class, we will see what are the advanced things. So it will be created in no time. It will take less than 1 minute. A Linux machine will be created for you. So this Linux machine, that what has been created, can be used. This Linux can be connected using SSH. Okay. So let this instance come up. We can connect to this using SSH. Yes. You can see name of the machine, in which zone it is created, and the internal IP address, external IP address. Every machine will be having an internal IP address as well as external IP address. And to connect to this machine, GCP provides us with SSH for connection. So this is a protocol like SSH, TCP, RTP, all these things where we can secure shell connection for this particular machine. Just click on this SSH. You will be connecting to this machine, and it is a Linux machine, and GCP is mostly made from Linux. That is why you need to be aware of a few Linux commands also. In my beginning class, we will go with the required Linux commands. So let us just authorize. Yes, you will be loaded into your Linux machine. So here you can see a default user for this machine, and then uh, my first Linux, name of the machine. So you can just go with what all you want, your Linux commands. So there is nothing available here. You can create a file. So you can use your basic things for creating your file. So I am the first file. So if you want to exit, press Ctrl X and Y. Name of the file, ls. Cat. So here you can see all your file details. So this is how you can create a machine, a Linux machine, and you can connect to that machine. This simple is GCP for creating VMs. So how much time it took? If for creating a VM with the default needs, it took less than 5 minutes. So when you go into an organization, for create, when you are in a position to create machines, you will be provided with some set of documentation how the organization machine should be. So what are all the default machines, what is the need of that machine, and everything will be provided. So based upon those needs, you need to create a machine. So only thing is, what you need to remember here is when you click on create instance, you should be able to aware what are all the various options you need to use. You want to create a new machine, or you want to create it from an existing template, or if you want to create it from the image. So these are all the various options that are provided in the GCP for creating a machine. Okay. So now this is where you can create a machine. So let us go to existing VM instances. So one way to connect to this machine is you are connecting to this machine using SSH. Someone had created another machine. We can ignore it for now. My first Linux is my machine. So someone others are also using this. Okay. You can ignore that. So my first Linux is my machine, and you are connecting to that machine using GCP. Okay. So this part, creating a Linux instance and connecting to that using SSH. Now let us connect to that using to the same machine using PuTTY. Click on that particular instance. We want to connect to this particular machine using PuTTY. So we need to have an user with some private key, because SSH uses private keys for connecting to the machines. So for that reason, what we need to do here is we need to connect to this machine. We need to connect to this machine using PuTTY. So for that, what is required is you need a PuTTY app. You can download it, install this PuTTY app, and to this PuTTY app, you need to give the external IP of this machine. So copy the external IP of this machine, give it in the PuTTY app, and save open. And save open. Okay. what is happening. Let us go to putty. And this one, I think. Nothing like that. Okay, fine. Open. Let us say accept. It will be asking you to log in as, because it is already open. It will be asking you to log in as. So now there is no, come again. There is no private key created for this machine. Ignore this. Close this. Let us create a private key and assign that private key to this machine. For creating a private key, open puttygen. So puttygen exe, this is available with me. This is available with me. So you can also download and create this puttygen. Use this puttygen. So just click on generate and move this mouse over this area to create some randomness, and a private key is created. And this key comment is nothing but the user. This key comment is nothing but the user. So you will be saying, say, Adi, usually give small, GCP supports only small letters. You can use small letters for doing this, and then save as a private key. Save it as a private key. So let it be the name of the machine. My first Linux dot private key dot ppk. It will assign automatically. Save. And now copy this key. Copy this key and say edit this machine and come to there are few existing SSH keys available on this machine. That is why it is asking. You can say just add item. For a new SSH key, you can add it here. Remember the name of that the user is Adi. Okay. So now go to putty. Go to putty app, and then usually we have already added these things, and then just to say save, you will be getting back to your instance. From the instance, you just copy the external IP and then get back to putty. Paste it here. Paste it here. Even though putty, because putty is already enabled on this machine, you cannot directly log into this machine because you need a private key and the user for doing this. So you need to go to the SSH connection section, and then here you need to give the credentials. Browse. So here you can see my first Linux is the private key for this machine. Say open. Now it will ask for the user, give the username. Okay. So like this, you can say how you can connect to this machine. Here you can see who am I calling. Name. Like this, we can see any number of users. So we have connected to the same machine, one using SSH One using SSH, the other using So if I say ls, nothing will be there. cd dot dot ls. You can see there is Ubuntu, Crackermall. These are the users that are available. So cd Crackermall ls. You can see the sample file created using SSH here. You can see this here. So cat sample. That is my first. So that to the same machine we can connect using SSH as well as the browser. Okay. Yes. Now get back to VM instances. Here you can see the list. Here you can see the list. Okay. Now these two things are done. Creating a Linux instance, connecting to that machine using SSH and putting is done. So creating a Windows instance and we need to connect it through RDP. So create a VM instance. For Windows. Let me call it as Windows machine. As usually, my new Windows machine. Okay. So let us go with the default things. The region is US Central 1A. So usually E2 machine. We are not going to change anything here. But we want a Windows machine. We want to change the boot disk. So the boot disk, just give Windows Server. So Windows Server is used here, and then we are not going to change anything here. Just say create. So the monthly estimate for Windows machine is $63. So just allow traffic if required. So just create. Yeah, new Windows machine is created, and you need to connect to that machine using RDP. Clear. So remote desktop protocol we need to use here. What to do to connect to this machine? So to connect to this machine, we need to create a user. We need to create a password. Yes. Let the username be Adi. Set. We will be getting a system generated Windows password. Keep it safe. For doing an RDP connection, this is the password. Now, on your machine, go to remote desktop connection. And come here. VM instances. This we have already stored it in a safe place. Now, this one. Close this one. Copy the external IP. You can select and copy, or you can just copy from here. Paste it here. Show options. Give the user. However, you can give it later also. And say connect. It will prompt for password. Remote access is not enabled on this machine. Why it is? Close this line here. Details. Remote desktop connection. Oh, IP address is changed. Connect. No, more choice. Use different account. Username Adi and password you take it from here. Yes. There is maybe some issue in copying the external IP address. I was not sure on that. So with this external IP address, we were able to connect to this machine. Yes, we are able to connect to this server. And now, once a server is created, it is very difficult for us to remember the password. So usually there will be a organization specific password or password protection strategy in the organization. So where you can use that particular thing for connecting to your machine. Here, what we can do here is we can just go to users. Go to users. So your info usually sign in options. Yeah, password. Usually there are other things also. You can change this. When you click on this current password, it will be asking. Change the current password. Give the current password, and then current password is this one. Just copy this one, paste it here. They say next. It will ask for you the password. So you can use this password in future for connecting to this machine. Okay. So these are the things that you need to remember with respect to creating of VM instances. Creating of VM instances. So get back to VM instances. So we have created two machines. One is my first Linux. The other one is my Windows machine. So one we have connected through SSH. One, and also we had connected to that using PuTTY. And I had also shown you various users and other details. So I can close this session. And similarly, this is PuTTygen, a private key generator for connecting to PuTTY. And then this is the new Windows machine what we have created. So to know the details of the machine, just say controller. Sorry, Windows. Usually I use Mac. That is okay. So here you can say Windows. So here you can say DX, DIAG. For see the details of the machine that what you have created. So here you can see it is an Intel processor. It is having two CPUs at the moment, and the memory and the disk page file and other details that what we can see. So name of the machine. So manufacturer Google, and the system model is Google Computing. Okay, so you can check this, and this is not required for this anymore. So we can just remove this. Okay. Now, to which network? I hope you are aware of the. We have completed half of the session now. I hope you had understood these details. So, any doubts? Any doubts? Where is? Oh, okay. Any doubts? Am I clear?
Yes, sir, you are clear. No issues.
Yeah.
Just a little bit comparison with AWS and GCP and Azure. So if we take three of these multi-clouds, are the working process same or is it different, sir? Because I have seen AWS, now GCP looks a little bit different.
No. The thing here is difference is only with respect to the UI and the terminology. The reason for this is most of these clouds are created for doing a specific task, right? All these three missions, all these three clouds usually will do similar tasks, even though they have their specific different activities that they can perform in their own domains. For a user, they are going to be very similar. Let us say in today's topic, creating machines. We can create a machine in any of these clouds, and you can connect to those machines. The connection strategies will also be similar on all these clouds. Okay, but the terminology that what we are going to use, and there will be little differences in understanding them. So gaining knowledge on all these three is becoming a required skill in today's world. But however, GCP is dominating. Okay, GCP is going to dominate all the available clouds very soon. Fine. Kasim, am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, one more doubt.
Yeah.
Currently, AWS is the leader,
Yes,
and
definitely.
alternatively, wherever the market is going on, Azure is coming on the next because AWS is less,
Yes, yes. That's what I am saying.
and
He is going to rule because of the availabilities of and the features that are available in Google Cloud. Is everything is provided as APIs, and APIs can be altered for more specific needs. Whereas there they are going to be provided as products. Here it is going to be service.
yes, sir. So now coming to these three, Oracle also giving cloud, sir. So in future, like now AWS was there,
See,
now people are asking for Azure. Now Google will come. Then what is the comparison? Like, people are changing this OS platform base. Uh, Now AWS calls are less for job. Mostly they are asking
hmm,
for Azure. So if
yes, very soon you are
which one
going
is
to see on GCP2 in the similar
okay?
way. The reason is
Okay.
the needs of the organizations will change day to day, and who will provide services for them, they will be moving. And moving of these VMs from uh, one cloud to the other are also is also possible very soon, and then we will be moving whenever an organization is there, whenever the services are required or according to their specific needs, they will be moving very continuously. Okay. We are going
Yeah,
to
fine.
see common things very soon, where we will be having, it takes time, but artificial intelligence is going to bring all those things. So
Okay.
having idea on all
So
these machines is required. Yes.
yeah. So currently this AWS they're asking like certification is there that is better. What about in case of GCP and Azure, sir? They also need certifications.
Certifications are depends from organization to organization. Having a certificate is always good, but having experience is equally good. So if you can perform, if you can prove yourself in the interview with the things that what you can do in an organization with your skill set, that is equally good, rather than having a certificate, because
Oh,
costly
yes.
certificates are going to or costly at least.
Yes, sir. And one more question, sir.
Yeah, sure.
AWS is giving like 12 months of free tier. So like that also this GCP is having any free tier
GCP
to
provides
practice?
only for 90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any more things? Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah. So all good. So the next part of the session is creating a virtual VPC. Let us go back here. Let me quickly create because we are running late. Come here, go here, and then the hamburgers icon. Just go to virtual private networks, create a VPC. Create a VPC. So just create a new VPC. Let it be my VPC. My VPC. For just description for my own VMs, anything that you like. So we are not going to change the transmission unit. Transmission unit is something that what is the maximum transmission unit your network can handle. So let it be minimum for now. So we are not going to create any VMs changes here, and the subnet selection is custom. And then here, however, you can go with automatic. Automatic is always default is there. Always default is there. So it will again comes to a looks like a default one. We will go with a custom one. So here we can create a new subnet. A virtual private network you should need a subnet. So that subnet, name of that subnet is, let us say, uh, what is the name I gave here? My VPC. My VPC prod, just for connectivity, for understanding, for my prod machines, for my prod machines. And in which region we are going to create? Let us say Asia East 1. Remember this region. We are going to create it in Asia East 1. So, and the IP address range is 192.168.0.0/24. So this is a CIDR technique. So it again takes one class for discussing about these IP addresses. In the future classes, we are going to see this. And then we are not going to, we are all going with this existing things. And then this is what is a VPC. There are some issues, go to issues. Edit subnet. Oh, subnet name I have not given. My VPC prod, where I give my VPC prod. My VPC prod, and then description. My for my prod machines, and then region. Also we give Asia each. IP address range 192. 168.0.0/24. Okay. Okay. There is another one. Yeah. There is another one. Just delete this one. Just yeah. I have my in this VPC network. We have my VPC prod. I just overlooked that one. So now just say creating my own my VPC. Creating my VPC. So once this my VPC is created, we need to create firewall rules, and then we need to create those machines in that particular area for using this particular VMs. The area that what we have created this VPC is Asia East one. So that is why we cannot connect the existing VPCs to the existing VMs to these machines. So those things we will see in regular classes once all okay. Okay. So that's all from my side for today. We can connect in regular classes if you can share your feedback with the organization, and that's all for the day. So anything to ask me?
Sure. Sir, can you share the documents as well?
Documents in the sense?
In the sense means what you teach
We will
day
share
by
the
day.
recording. We will share recording if required. There will be no documentation for all these things, right? Every day it is a regular thing. We can just give you these details, and however I will talk to the organization what kind of documents we need to provide. I don't think documents are required because if you follow the class, however recordings will be available for you for future reference. That would be great. That would be enough. So you
Sir,
need something
every
kind of
should be same
notes that you expect, Ashok.
Yes, sir.
We will try. We will talk to the organization on this.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Sir, when will be the next class then?
Yeah, organization will let you know soon.
Okay, is there like any WhatsApp group or
They will
any
provide.
daily
They will
update?
provide. Yeah. Organization will take care of all those communication. All comms will come from Visualpath.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All good? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just for
Thank you.
looking
Thank
like
you all.
future,
Bye.
if you are continuing, like there will be a sample project from your
Come
demo.
again,
Like,
Kasim. I cannot get you.
I was asking like if future sessions are continuable, we were thinking like in your GCP, we will have a sample project or sample thing to go through yours.
Yes.
Sir, this classes only every day or only weekends? Sir?
No, we will be having classes every day. And the timings and other details will be provided by organization.
Okay.
Because we are busy with daytime schedule, so we have to prepare our time if the classes are going on.
Yeah, that is the reason.
What will be your timings?
8 to 10.
So we will be having classes before 8. We will be having classes from 7 to 8 every day morning.
Yeah. It's fine.
My login is also at 8. So that's why I usually take classes at before 7 p.m.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. All good?
Yes, sir. That is what we are occupied like 7 to 10 a.m. in the morning. After that, we are available, and in the evening till evening. So that's how I asked for the time. But anyhow, sir, if the sessions are carried out, maybe recordings or any other facilities are provided, we will follow up with you.
Okay, Kasim.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. Nice talking with you. Bye.